Hi you guys, so today I wanted to stop by and show you guys my version of a very classic makeup look. This is black winged eyeliner and red lips with just a very neutral, clean, matte face. No crazy highlighting, no crazy contouring, just a touch of blush, very traditional. But I did have to add a little bit of a twist to it because this look just needed something, and that something was glitter. But if you guys want to see exactly how I got this look, plus kind of my tips and tricks for bold wing eyeliner if you have more hooded eyes, then keep watching. So I just popped on a little headband real quick to keep all my crazy baby hairs back because they're insisting on getting in my foundation lately and it's driving me nuts. So to start this look, since the eye look is very, very simple, I'm not using any dark shadows, any shadows with a ton of fallout, etc. I'm going to go ahead and jump right on in and get started with my face. First up, I'm using my Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation. This is in the shade 20, Classic Ivory. And I'm just going to dot this all over my face. See, I still get a hair in the way. And I'm going to blend this in using my e.l.f. foundation brush. I didn't use a primer for this because my skin is starting to normalize again after being dry for months and months and months while I was pregnant and right after I had my son. And now it is oily like crazy again. So when it's oily like this, I don't need a primer under mattifying foundations. Alright, now that that's all blended in, I am grabbing my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Concealer, which you guys know is a favorite of mine. And this one is in the shade Light. And I'm just kind of using this underneath my eyes and anywhere I have any redness. I'm going to use my foundation brush to go ahead and blend that out. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer. And for that, I'm using my NYX HD powder in Banana, which is amazing for this. And I'm grabbing my Real Techniques contour brush. I need to buy another one of these because I use this thing so much. I use this for everything. Alright, and to finish off my face, because this is a very, very classic look I'm going for, I don't want my face to look super sharp. I don't want it to look carved. I just want to add a little bit of color. So I'm going ahead and taking this NYX blush in the shade Pinched, which is just a nice natural pink, and a blush brush, and just putting a tiny bit of blush on. Just enough to add some color. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, and I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow in Blonde, and I'm using a Sonia Kashuk brow brush. I actually tried doing my eyebrows with powder the other day, just to see how it would wear on me because I haven't used it in so long, and it was an absolute disaster. It probably lasted on my face for less than an hour before my eyebrows were disappearing. I was like, nope, gotta have my either dip brow or my pencil, something that is waterproof and resistant, because my face is as oily as can be again. So it's time to kind of adjust my products and what I'm using. Now I'm grabbing my Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer, which this is a sample size that I got in my Lorac Pro 2 palette, and this thing has lasted me forever because I only need that much for both eyes. So it really, really lasts a long time. Alright, now that my lids are primed, the next thing, and pretty much one of the main things you need for this, is an eyeshadow that is either your skin tone or slightly lighter, or slightly color correcting for whatever, if you have a lot of veins on your eyelids like I do, or anything else. For mine, I'm going into my Lorac Pro 2 palette and I'm taking the shade Buff. It has a bit of a yellow tone, so I really like it for neutralizing the blue and calming that down, but it still isn't overly color correcting. It still looks very natural. So I'm going ahead and I am putting this all over my eyelid, all the way up to my brow bone. Oh, and I didn't mention it, but just in case you're curious, yes, you do want a matte shadow for this. Please, whatever you do, because I've seen this before, do not take a shimmer all the way from your lid up to your brow bone because it looks crazy. Correction, I want to be clear, it looks crazy for normal everyday wearable looks. If you're doing a Halloween look or a super theatrical look, do whatever you want, break all the rules. But for every day, for this particular look, go with the matte. Alright, now that that is done, we only have a couple more things to do with our eyes. Next, I'm going in with an eyeliner. And this is kind of the one part of this look that is kind of difficult if you're not used to doing more dramatic wing liner. I'm taking my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. This is a brush tip liner, which I find the easiest to work with. Some people like felt tip liners better, but I really, really prefer brush tip liners. I think they're smoother, they don't skip as much. I cannot get as sharp a line with a felt tip liner without having to do cleanup with concealer and all that, and it's a pain in the butt. So this is the way to go. So I'm going to just take this and do a nice clean line all across the top of my lid. Start with a very thin line because we're going to thicken this up when we do the wing, but that all is based on the angle of the wing. Go ahead and add your wing. Now this is going to be fairly dramatic wing compared to what I typically do. For me, it takes a little bit more time to draw a wing because my eyes are slightly hooded, so I have to work around that a little bit. Alright, now that I have that basic wing shape, you can see it smears a little bit because of my eyelid, but I'm going to kind of smooth that out as best I can. And then when my eye is down, it will look lumpy. When my eye is open and I'm looking straight at you, it looks nice and smooth. It's kind of a weird trick if you have hooded lids, is to apply your line when you're looking directly ahead of you. If you apply it with your lids closed, it's going to look like that, or some variation of that depending on how hooded your lids are. But if you do a perfectly smooth line with your lids closed and then open your eye and look straight ahead, it is going to look like a mess, trust me. So I'm going to go ahead now and close my eyes slightly, just since I'm out of that area, and go ahead and just thicken up this top line to match. And just straightening out the top of this wing just a tiny bit. Alright guys, so I've been messing around with this for a while, as you can see, and this is about as good as I can get a thick, dramatic line with my eyelids. Unfortunately, I don't have the kind of lids that are just magical and you can just do, boom, this straight, gorgeous graphic liner and have it work. So this is about as close as I can get to a nice, clean, perfect graphic liner, and honestly, I'm happy with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, now that I have my wings as even as can be, as you can see, they look fairly neat and straight when I look straight on, and then they look kind of wonky when I look down, but that's just kind of what you got to deal with. When you have hooded eyelids, the rules are a little bit different. So I'm going back in my Lorac Pro 2 palette and taking the shade Black on an eyeliner brush. I'm just going back in and dabbing the shadow right over the eyeliner. This isn't to make it darker or anything, and I'm doing my best to keep the lines as pure as possible. This is only to just help set it a little bit because this eyeliner does have a slightly, very, very light, shiny finish. And it likes to do things like stick to my eyelash curler and things like that. So this just helps prevent that a little bit. Alright, I do have one more finishing touch I'm going to do with the eyeliner, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. And I'm going to apply a coat of Maybelline Falsies Push Up Drama Mascara to top lashes only. You can do bottom lashes if you like, but I find that mine are so long that they kind of overpower everything if I put mascara on them when I'm not doing a bottom liner. Now that my lashes are done, and of course if you want to, you can add a pair of false lashes. I would do that after this next step if you want to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and skip it. So next I'm going to use one of my favorite products, and this is from NYX. It is their Liquid Crystal Liner. I love these eyeliners. This is the only one I have of them. I actually need to pick up some more because I love using these. This is in the shade Crystal Silk, and these are amazing. These are glitter liners. They have these incredibly fine brush tips. They aren't like a typical glitter liner. These are absolutely packed with glitter. Most glitter liners, you get a little bit of glitter in a lot of product, and these are really, really nice. I'm just going to swatch it for you right there so you can see. I love these so much. So what I'm going to do with this is add a gold glitter line right on top of where my black liner is. Because you guys know I can't do a classic look without finding a way to make it a little bit more fun. You'll want to keep your eye open as long as possible during this part, especially with hooded eyes, because that glitter will smear everywhere if you don't give it a chance to dry. Now, if for some reason your glitter is not laying on as thickly or as richly as you would like it to, be patient, let it dry a little bit, and do a second layer. It's always easy to go back and add more. Alright, now that my eyeliner is dry enough that I can open my eyes, I'm going to move on and finish up our look with the lips. Of course, you can do a neutral lip with this, but since it's getting into warm enough weather that I can pretty much call it summer, I'm going to go ahead and do a fun bright red lip. So I'm using two products for this. I am using a NYX lip liner. This is in the shade Hot Red. I decided to go with the NYX Butter Lipstick, and this is in the shade Mary Jane's, which is a very beautiful classic red. And here is the finished look, a very classic summertime makeup look with just a little fun glitter twist. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye! You guys can see one of my lipstick holders behind me, front row, all different lipsticks. So I don't know what went wrong with this particular line.